Hi guys, I'm James Prendergast. I'm the project manager for Vinci for Catalyst Building. As you can see, Catalyst Building behind me there. So we are on what we call the east elevation. So you can see that we've installed most of the precast now. There's a small section which you probably can't see just down, which is on the end there, which at the minute's been left out for our logistics reasons. But come the end of June, beginning of July, that'll obviously be filled in and you'll see the whole impact as it is, or the visual impact of it. So I'm going to go and take you into the building, if you follow me.
For me, the Catalyst is less a building within a university and more a university within a building. Not only is it a single home to all facets of academic life under a single roof, it is also distinctive in the sense it emulates real-world working environments.
So currently we're on ground floor and this is what is known as the Catalyst Hall. As you can see, as you look over in the distance there, you can see that it's the gallery currently, and you can see the movable wall track that again sort of separates that space with the Catalyst Hall, or not, as the case may be. There is a glaze section at the high level there, and then on that said wall there, which we first fixed, there is a series of AV screens that you can actually see within this sort of Catalyst Hall area. Likewise on grid line 6, as we call it, there is another AV screen that sort of again goes at high level, so you can see projected images on there or transmitted images.
The gallery in Catalyst Hall will be the main event space for the university. As an institution, we deliver a variety of events such as inaugural lectures, conferences, exhibitions, public events, recruitment events and open days. The gallery will be equipped with industry standard cameras and streaming equipment, which will allow us to increase our reach and engagement with new communities, not only regionally but internationally and worldwide.
As you can see, as you look up, you can see part of what was the mezzanine that's now known as first floor. And against that, from column to column, you will get a balustrade that goes along there. At the minute, we've got temporary scaffolding. The theory of it is very similar. There is a handrail, it's an open space, it takes you into the first floor. Straight in front of you there, you've got the core, which is a mechanical riser where all the ductwork comes up and down through to feed the building with air ventilation. The middle doorway, or the middle section, is the toilet cores, and that is again the same all the way up. And then as you look to the left, that is the electrical riser, and obviously far left is the escape stairs or back of house stairs that are in that area there, and that is mirrored on the opposite side of the building as well.
University buildings of the 20th century were usually built for a very specific purpose, a specific brief, carefully determined around spatial allocations and fixed arrangements. In contrast, as far as possible, the Catalyst has been designed to prepare for and even invite the unknown briefs of the 21st century.
We're on level 1, and as you can see, this is what is one of the collaboratories, and I think since has now called the boardroom. So as you can see in this room there, this can be used as a double or a single room by the movable wall bulkhead there. So a sliding screen, partition, whichever one you prefer to call it, will be in situ at that point there. And obviously, again, as I said, this can be opened up and used as one collective room, or it can be split and used into two. On the front elevation of it, we've got the bulkhead, and then in this area there will be a glazed screen with doorways obviously entering said collaboratory/boardroom.
It is our vision at Staffordshire University to bring together the delivery of apprenticeships and digital skills to meet employer demand in flexible, high-quality, digitally enabled space. The fish tanks and collaboratory spaces will facilitate learning, development and collaboration for employers, apprentices, staff, stakeholders and of course our partners.
As you look down the corridor, you can see that we've started to install said light fittings, smoke detectors and PIR sensors, which is what the casting conduits have been done for. And as again, we'll mention that as we go up onto the next floor. But everything for the services in this said soffit is fed from under the raised access floor on the floor above, which again we'll make reference to. But again, as we come down this corridor here, this then takes us into where the fish tanks are, and again, where the lift lobby is, which we'll go through as we continue the tour. We're on level 2, and you can see that the conduits that are cast in to the slab bring the services through to this floor level from the floor above. So level 2 is the sandwich between the floors, so you can see what happens above and you can kind of see what happens below with the services. So that's where we're doing with the casting. That took quite a bit of time, but as you can probably see, probably worthwhile because it does look quite impressive as you look down the building. An area to look at is obviously the Voodoo area that you can just see the back wall of there. Obviously that's now in place and all set out, and we're continuing there. There is a lot of areas where we would build off the raised access floor. So along grid line 13, as we call it, which are the columns that you can just see in front of you there, that is where we've got the wall that goes across glazed screens, and that obviously becomes the teaching area there. Likewise, as we look down into the far distance there towards grid line 14, we would do exactly the same, but mirroring what we've done on this side here, if that makes sense. If you can see in front of you there, you've got the core, which is core C, which is what we refer to. You can see the electrical riser. Other side of that is the mechanical riser, which is compacted with ductwork, and then that doorway through the middle is the toilets, and that's where obviously the toilets go floor to ceiling on all 4 levels. This is the feature staircase that we're now installing, and we're currently getting a good bit of steam up with. You can see that obviously we've got landing sections and the flight sections. We've built this sort of top down based on the logistics of bringing the sections in, because as you can see they're quite sort of big sections, and obviously we take them into the zone and then lift them up using the gantry, which again you'll see once we get up onto level 3. But yeah, there's a lot of work that's gone into it. It's a difficult stairs, but hopefully you can see the progress that's being made, and the final product you'll be happy with.
The Catalyst is an intelligent building, publishing information on room availability, what activities are planned and where the best place to eat. This will all be available through Beacon, the Staffordshire University app.
So guys, we're on level 3, which is where the chief exec and everybody else are going to be sitting. So we're down the north side of the project, which is what we refer to as grid line 14, which is the furthest end. So you can see the walls and the compartmentation spaces for said area being the boardroom meetings, as you can see over there, meeting room, sorry, as you can see over there. The bits that are missing are more of a glazed screen sort of process where the room booking equipment is as well. Something that's separate than the other floors that we've talked about below is, as you can see, it's the conduits. So on every other floor there are casting conduits that come through the slab. Obviously above this slab now is the roof, so not a good idea to cast conduits in the roof. So as you can see, we've surface mounted them, and that is a visual impact that goes through the whole length of the floor. As you can see, as we look down towards what we refer to as grid line 1, which is the teaching spaces down there, you can see the alignment of said conduits. As you look down there, you can still see the atrium area, but the walls that we are yet to install are within the teaching zones down in the open space areas down there, which are more sort of split up with furniture layouts as well.
Flexibility is at the core of the Catalyst design. All the spaces are enabled with the latest technology to optimise innovative learning, teaching and assessment practices to be delivered, in turn providing a world-class student experience. Core to our thinking is the notion of the bring your own device model, where wireless connectivity delivers a high-quality digital display environment in all spaces. Using bring your own device brings many benefits for staff and students. Familiarity with the device, access to specialist subject-specific software, and the ability to work and teach in multiple locations, whilst also maintaining a consistency of the digital experience. The ability to move and shift in learning space also enables the tutor to engage with students as a whole, or to work with distinct groups of students in active learning scenarios, thereby creating a dynamic space to teach, learn and work. Learning without the boundaries of walls will enable and fuel cross-disciplinary activity to flourish, and students from any course to be able to listen in or share their different experience. Spaces such as the Learning Market and Learning Lab have been designed to showcase the exceptional learning and teaching practices that are taking place at Staffordshire University. Our flagship building then will create the conditions for staff and students to practice and develop our staff's values, to be curious, to be daring, and to develop the digital skill sets required for 2030 and beyond.
Okay guys, so as you can see, we looked at the staircase from below, so obviously now we're looking from it from above. The steel that you see there now, that is purely the lifting gantry, and that's something that's temporary to allow us to install the stairs in. So yeah, that's what it will be. As you can probably see into that area, you can see some plasterboard in the back of the SFS board. That is all timber clad, and actually all three walls of that is timber clad. Probably what you can't see at the minute, but as I sort of bend down and look up, you've got the roof light, which is circular, but actually when you look on top, it's a square one, but from below, the visual impact is it's circular roof light. So at the minute, guys, we're in the atrium area, and as you can see, we've got the roof lights that allow the light from outside to come down into said atrium area. As you can see, we've got a load of scaffold in here currently. Obviously, once this scaffold is stripped, the light will sort of exude onto the other floor plates below. You can actually, if you look up in there, you can see the carcassing timber, which is like the back end, the substructure timber, which takes the feature timber for said roof light area. So what you see there now will all be covered in timber, and the main thing that you'll mainly see is the glazed area and the window mullions, and that's what's going to happen upon them roof lights.
This project has a rare opportunity indeed to lay down the marker for future buildings at Staffordshire University on the Stoke-on-Trent campus in both their character, shape and form. Key to this is the chance to create a strong built edge to the campus with new academic buildings starting with the Catalyst, protecting our greener fields on Leek Road and our parkland within the area of fostering wellbeing and community. These are of course core tenets of our university's aspiration to indeed be a green campus. In this then, the building lives up to its name, the Catalyst.